Volunteer Service Plan for the Library of Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Preliminary Research Interviews. Summary of questions. The background and focus area of our project is the library self-study area at the Polyu. Since school started, I'm sure we have all been to the library. It's always full of students borrowing books, studying, or having group meetings. But is this shared space really living up to its full potential? First, we performed group interviews and analysis. Based on the survey results, we invited targeted student user groups to participate in more in-depth user scenario interviews. We also mapped out user journey map to pinpoint pain points. Preliminary research collection, posting the motivation survey form. We did a survey at the library. Why would you volunteer at the library? We used the results of the survey to develop a structure to boost volunteer engagement. Preliminary test, volunteer on-site testing say. We designed ID badges and armbands for volunteers, so that students can easily locate them on each floor and seek assistance. Volunteers will regularly patrol their assigned floors during working hours to promptly identify and resolve issues such as seat hogging, student electricity issues seeking volunteer assistance. A student studying in the library wanted to charge their laptop but found the nearby outlet was broken. So she searched this floor for student volunteers. She relayed this situation to the student volunteers. Student volunteers arrived at the location where the problem occurred, documented the situation, and reported it to the maintenance crew. Space debris issue seeking volunteer assistance. Upon arriving at their study spot, a student discovered trash left behind by the previous studying student. So she sought out the student volunteer on that floor, told him about the problem, and asked for help. The volunteer followed the student to the study area and cleaned up the trash. Volunteers will also post warning notices regarding seat saving. Volunteers will also show up promptly to stop any noisy behavior. Volunteer onboarding handover process. The posted posters will outline volunteer responsibilities and feature a QR code. Students interested in volunteering can scan the code to be directed to our created library volunteer website. The website provides detailed information about volunteer opportunities. Students interested in applying for library volunteer positions can visit this website to learn more about the specifics of volunteer work and consider whether it aligns with their expectations. Students can find the registration page directly by clicking the button on the website's homepage. After registration, students can click the button to watch a video explaining the volunteer work. Following the video, a quiz will be administered to assess students' understanding of volunteer work. Staff members screen suitable volunteers through the back-end registration information. Before becoming a volunteer, students must thoroughly read the volunteer handbook. When the volunteer shift ends, they will hand over duties to the next volunteer. The worksheet will detail each person's volunteer hours. At the same time, they will hand over their job badges and armbands to the next volunteers. Feedback from the librarian in the later stage of the project. Recommendation to issue certificates to volunteers.
希望有一个证明，说他在图书馆工作了多长时间，然后工作了什么内容，然后就是对于他们以后可能要考研究生，或者是他们要 去外面找工作的话，可能也是一个比较好的证明。
Recommend assigning volunteer positions based on personality traits.
可能不太喜欢主动接触别人，然后那时候我们就把它放在一些主动去接触别人的工作，可能都不太适合。所以我们有很多时候除了看到他履历之外，我们也会共同演示一下。
Feedback from original interviewee and test participants in the later phase. We observed and recorded the entire testing process. Then, we interviewed both volunteer and students seeking volunteer assistance, and gathered their feedback to improve our program. We also revisited students from our previous in-depth interviews to gather their feedback on our project. Following the redesign based on feedback, our final solution is now presented.